Note to learner: this video provides content that will be hosted on the Ginnie Mae LMS in the near future. In this video, you will not be able to interact with screen content to include selecting pop-ups, launching resource hyperlinks, and answering knowledge check questions. Nonetheless, you will be presented with all of the content presented in the interactive e-learning training. Though the audio narration may request that you select items or buttons on the screen, please pause the video to read the content and then select play to continue with the video. When the video advances to a knowledge check, please pause the video and try to answer the question in your head. Select play to see the correct answer or answers to the question.
Welcome to Prerequisites for Pooling. The purpose of this training is to present information about the prerequisites for pooling, to include the following applications: Request Pool Numbers, RPN, Master Agreements Management System, MAMS, and Commitment Management, CM. This module gives you an opportunity to view the steps to locate and/or enter relevant data electronically. Select objectives to learn what you will be able to do by the end of this module. Select Next to continue when you are ready. The applications we will explore in this module are within the Integrated Pool Management System, IPMS. Take a moment to review the chart. When you are ready, select Next to continue. IPMS is accessible from the My Ginnie Mae MGM portal. The following applications are available within the IPMS, including Commitment Management, CM, Master Agreements Management System, MAMS, Report Center, Request Pool Numbers, RPN, and Submission Center. Select Next to continue. Ginnie Mae provides the RPN application so issuers can enter requests for pool numbers and view the available pool numbers queue. Issuers can also submit override requests to their Ginnie Mae account executive for additional pool numbers. They can view status reports, request and download reports, and receive real-time approval of requests. Select Next to continue. How can Ginnie Mae account executives use the RPN application? Account executives use the RPN application to monitor issuer requests for additional pool numbers, better enabling them to establish specific thresholds, quantity limits for each issuer. They also view issuer requests for additional pool numbers, that is, overrides, and approve or decline requests to override the maximum pool number calculation. Finally, account executives can request and view reports. Please note when a request for additional pool number assignments exceeds the maximum number of available pools allowed, the RPN application will display this notice. Please accept the calculated pool numbers or request an AE override to obtain more pool numbers than allowed. Select Next to continue. Now check your understanding. Let's go through the steps for accessing the RPN application via My Ginnie Mae, MGM, and requesting a pool number. As you will discover, the process is simple. Select Next to continue. To access the RPN application, follow these steps. 1. Log into My Ginnie Mae at https://my.ginniemay.gov. 2. Select Tools at the top right of the My Dashboard interface to display the drop-down menu of applications. 3. Select RPN under the IPMS heading. This will take you to the Request Pool Number summary screen. Select Next to continue. To request a pool number, you will need to identify a date range and filter the pools for a status using the following steps. 1. Select Date Range from the Requested Date drop-down menu. 2. Select the From Calendar field. In our example, we will choose today's date. 3. Select the To Calendar field. In our example, we will choose 30 days out on the calendar. 4. Select All from the Status drop-down menu. 5. Select Display to process the request. 6. Select the Radio button in column A of the Generate Data list. 7. Select Request Pool Numbers. You may receive a notice that your organization has an adequate allocation of pool numbers. To proceed with processing of this request, select AE Override. You have the option to request an AE override or to go back to the summary screen. Now check your understanding. Ginnie Mae issuers must complete an initial master agreement submission to be eligible to issue Ginnie Mae pools. Review each of the 5 requirements for master agreements. Select each folder tab to review the requirement. Select Next when you are finished. MAMS provides issuers, sub-servicers, participation agents, and document custodians with an automated method to input the data required to create the agreements, upload and import scanned copies of the physical documents where applicable, print agreements, search and view agreements, access and view reports, certify forms using a multi-factor authorization methodology. To view the applications, users must complete the user registration form, which dictates their level of access. Select Next to continue. The MAMS users may submit their forms and corresponding documentation utilizing one or more of the following processes. The issuers must initiate the submission of an agreement. Multiple parties must electronically execute the forms. All have access to the application. The issuer completes the required data, scans, and submits PDFs of the completed executed forms. Issuers who do not have scanning capabilities enter electronic data into MAMS and send the physical forms and documents to the pool processing agent for scanning and uploading. Initial submissions completed prior to October 1st must be recertified during the last quarter of the current year. If an initial submission is completed on or after October 1st, the issuer is required to complete their annual recertification during the last quarter of the next year. If an issuer does not complete their recertification within the renewal period, they will not be eligible to issue Ginnie Mae pools and will have to repeat the initial submission process. Select Next to continue. Now check your understanding. Now, try this knowledge check. Let's go through the steps for accessing the MAMS application via My Ginnie Mae, MGM, viewing the various tabs, and visiting the Master Agreements summary page. Select Next to start the Try It. 1. Select Login to access My Ginnie Mae. 2. Select Tools from the Issuer Dashboard, top right of interface. 3. Select MAMS from the Tools drop-down menu under IPMS. If you are already in the IPMS application, the Processing and Servicing tab also offers a link to the Master Agreements in the tab's drop-down menu. Once you select the link, your screen will refresh and display the Master Agreements tab in gray highlight with the summary screen details in the table below. Select Next to continue. Now, let's explore how to access the Master Agreement summary screen as shown in this demonstration. On the Master Agreement summary screen, the View by Status drop-down menu provides the options for All, Complete, or Pending. 1. Select Complete in the View by Status drop-down. 2. Select the complete hyperlink to display the Master Agreements. Please select Next to continue. Take a minute to review the agreements you can create within the MAMS application. When you are ready, select Next to continue. Ginnie Mae issuers are responsible for initiating documentation required to complete the Master Agreement submission process. The issuer must obtain the requisite signatures for Forms HUD 11702, HUD 11709, and HUD 11720 before submission. These are the steps the issuer should follow. First, scan the form to a PDF. Then, save the form to your designated folder or file directory. Print the form, and finally, obtain the requisite signatures. Let's go through the steps in MAMS using an electronic HUD form 11702 as an example. Select Next to continue when you are ready. 1. Select the Processing and Servicing tab. 2. Select Master Agreements from the drop-down menu of the Processing and Servicing tab. 3. Select your issuer number from the drop-down menu on the Master Agreement summary screen. In our example, it is 6012. 4. Select HUD 11702 from the drop-down menu in the Create Form field. 5. Select Go. HUD 11702 will display on your screen with the issuer number and name in Block 1. Please note, this is the first form to be created and must be approved before other forms can be submitted. Six, notice that you have the option of Upload File, CSV only, of authorized signers as well as Upload Document for HUD forms. You are required to upload scanned signed forms HUD 11702, HUD 11709, and HUD 11720 in PDF to the application before the form can be submitted via the Submission Center. Once you complete the form, select Save as Draft or Save for Submission. Following approval, you may select additional HUD forms from the drop-down menu. Please select Next to continue. You may view your selected HUD form as a PDF, for example HUD 11702. Scroll down to the bottom of the selected HUD form. At the bottom left of the form, select View as HUD PDF button to generate the form. You may download and print the agreement for your files. Select Next to continue. On the Master Agreement's main screen, notice there are two tabs, Summary and Search Forms. You can filter by issuer number or name. Let's conduct a search of the HUD forms using the issuer number 6012 for all certification years. 1. Select the Search Forms tab. Note that from this screen, you can filter by form and/or certification year by selecting the drop-down menus. Note that from this screen, you can filter by form and/or certification year by selecting the drop-down menus. 2. Select HUD 11702 from the Form drop-down menu. 3. Select Display. Please select Next to continue. The Submission Center tab is used to display all forms that have been previously entered as part of initial certification or renewal. You may select any PDF under the Actions column to review when the Master Custodial Agreement was executed. Select Next to continue. Let's explore how to find the MAMS reports and what information is provided in the Report Center. Select Tools and then select Report Center under the IPMS application. The Report Center provides folders to access commitment management, master agreements, pool transfer system, and request pool numbers reports. In the Master Agreements folder, you will find access to the approved master agreements, certification history of HUD 11707 forms, and delinquent issuers. Select Next to continue. Now check your understanding. Now try this knowledge check. An issuer must comply with Ginnie Mae's eligibility requirements and have sufficient commitment authority available to issue Ginnie Mae securities successfully. Commitment Management, CM, is the application within the Integrated Pool Management System, IPMS, where issuers can submit requests for commitment authority, monitor their commitment authority balances, and view the status of requests. Issuers can also confirm commitment fees and submit payment instructions for the ACH, Automated Clearinghouse, debit of commitment fees. Commitment authority allows an issuer to issue up to an authorized dollar amount of securities and constitutes a commitment line balance. Please note, the CM application replaces the manual submission of documents and submission of fees via www.pay.gov. Select Next to continue. Let's go through the steps for accessing the Commitment Management application. From there, you will be guided to make a Commitment Authority request. Note, IPMS is the system established by Ginnie Mae to manage the disbursement of congressionally authorized commitment authority to guarantee mortgage-backed securities under the Ginnie Mae MBS programs. Select Next to continue. 1. Select Login to log into My Ginnie Mae. 2. Select Tools at the top right screen of your My Dashboard screen. 3. Select CM under the IPMS application links. Your screen will refresh to the Commitment Management tab summary screen. You have the option to filter pools by status and view submitted requests. Select Next to continue. Follow these steps to make a Commitment Authority request. 1. Select the Request Commitment link on the summary screen. 2. Select the issuer number and issuer name in the drop-down menu. 3. Select the program type in the drop-down menu. 4. Enter the dollar amount in the commitment requested field. 5. Enter an ACH routing number under the Payment Info subheading. 6. Enter the account number. 7. Re-enter account number. 8. Review the terms and conditions. 9. Select the checkbox next to I accept the terms and conditions listed above. 10. Select the Submit Request button. You also have the option to reset or go back to summary. Select Next to continue. Before submitting a pool, you will need to check that the pre-pool submission issuer requirements are satisfied. This can be done by navigating to the Processing and Servicing tab in the IPMS application. You can verify there are assigned pool numbers from the Request Pool Numbers screen. After entering your issuer number, the RPN Summary Table column, Pool Numbers Unused, indicates the availability. Next, you need to ensure there are completed master agreements on file and the HUD Form 11709A, ACH Debit Authorization Form, has been submitted on the Master Agreements link. Finally, be sure to verify there is adequate commitment authority from the Commitment Management link. Select Next to continue. Now, check your understanding. This is a summary of the Prerequisites of Pooling module. The goal of this training was to provide you with an understanding of the procedure to request pool numbers, master agreement requirements, and key tasks in the MAMS and in commitment management applications. You learned the procedure to request and access pool numbers in RPN, as well as view status reports. You explored how to request and download reports and receive real-time approval of requests. You examined the 5 Master Agreement document requirements, including the HUD forms that issuers must submit. You also learned the various functions of the MAMS application. Next, you learned how to navigate to MAMS, access required forms, create and submit a new form, navigate to the Report Center, and run reports for master agreements. Finally, you learned that an issuer must have sufficient commitment authority to successfully issue Ginnie Mae securities. You learned about commitment management application functions within IPMS. Select Objectives for a review. When you are finished, you may use the Exit button to leave this presentation.